Hey guys, my name's Captain Tim. I just wanted to get a quick video out for you on a 5-paragraph order and a strike plan for Saturday and a small introduction for myself. But before I do that, let's talk a little conservation. I came out here on the river to pick up my kids from sailing class, and do you see that sitting right there in the muck? Look at that little guy. Little sawfish. So if you ever out here, this is their estuary. You catch sawfish, which are extremely endangered. That little guy right there is probably, I don't know, maybe 22 inches from tail to nostrum, tip of the bill or the saw. Oh, there he goes, moving away. But they can get up to 20 feet long in some cases with a huge bill or nostrum. So if you ever catch one of the out these fishing as a bycatch, make sure that you get it released safely. Do not take it out of the water and report to FWC your catch so that they can track and monitor it. But Captain Tim, I'm a retired Marine. I was an 0331 heavy machine gunner. For those of you who don't know the Marine Corps MOS designations, but I did a couple combat tours in Horn of Africa and Iraq in my time, and happy to say now that I'm retired and doing what I love, which is taking you guys out and telling lies. So the fishing forecast for Saturday is meh. It's not great, but it's not bad. It'll be an incoming tide with a 1.5-foot swing the entire morning into the afternoon. Moon phase is a waning gibbous. It's 16 days into the cycle there. It should be overcast in the morning with a slight chance of light rain about 11 a.m. If it does rain, it'll be quick and it'll be light. Light winds coming out of the east, 3 knots, gust up to 6. Air and water temperature should about match, hovering in the high 80s, low 90s. It's going to be hot, miserable, and sweltering, so need to make sure we hydrate. Stay hydrated, my friends. So here is going to be our AOR. We are launching from Port Sanibel Marina, and we're going to be covering the entire confluence of where Estero Bay, San Carlos Bay, Caloosahatchee River, and Pine Island Sound kind of converge in the confluence all around the from Tarpon Bay to Ponderosa Bay, and everything in between is what we're going to be hitting to complement that incoming tide, which I'll explain more here in a second. So within this AOR, the targeted species that we're going to be after is the Florida inshore slam, which is snook, redfish, and speckled sea trout. We might get lucky and find a tarpon, but for all the rods that we're going to be slinging baits on, they might be a little lightweight, and if we're lucky enough to hook into a big tarpon, chances are we're not going to land it. But you also might see some mangrove snapper bycatches. I've had a couple clients here recently getting some flounder and sheep's head as well. But the name of the game is around healthy grass and oyster bars here. I'm going to take you to areas very similar to this where we've got mangrove shorelines, and we're going to find good pockets where all of you can throw as close as possible into nooks, shadow lines from overhanging branches of those mangrove shorelines to get those ambush predators like the snook and the cruising redfish. Bait-wise, I'll be covering how to rig it here in a second, but that's going to be the name of the game within our AOR. So here is going to be our ride for the day, our chariot. I lovingly refer to her as Seammerman 1. It is a 26-foot Carolina Skiff Ultra Elite powered by 300 horsepower Yamaha. This thing can draft 8 inches. It is a fishing machine, and we've got all the tools and toys on there to make it so. Power pole, 36-volt Minn Kota Tarova trolling motor, state-of-the-art dual Garmin electronics with clear view, side scan, you name it. So everything we need for you guys to fish, all of you to fish comfortably at the same time on our beautiful ride here. So you guys should be comfortable and all set up for fishing. So one of the questions I get asked often on the water is, how do I rig my baits? A lot of people want to know how to rig them so they can rig them themselves instead of having me do it. So I created these quick reference charts. One quick note here, this is not how you hook these types of bait fish. It's universal. Nostril, anal fin, or dorsal fin rigging is the same for every bait fish. It makes them act differently in the water, so you can read there how each one does it. For what we're doing on Saturday, I will most likely be nostril rigging and or dorsal rigging. I don't want the bait fish swimming away from structure, because that's where the ambush predators are right now. As far as what we will have on the boat for bait, most likely we will have scaled sardines, which is the first one you see there under the nostril draw rigging, pinfish, which is the bottom one, threadfin maybe, which is very similar to a scaled sardine. I highly doubt I will net any finger mullet in the morning, which is the middle bait fish there, but this is how you rig them to get them to act a certain way, which is either most natural presentation or swimming down, etc. Same thing here with rigging shrimp. The head hooking is the most, with the head hooking, you want to make sure you avoid their brain, and you can go right underneath the horn in a sideways motion or come up from the bottom through the top. But you need to avoid the brain. And then obviously tail hooking, you can read there, gives you the longest possible cast, but head hooking is the most natural presentation. So last but not least, I will show you the typical combos. They're not all going to be the same, but rod and reel combo that we will use for Saturday's trip. This rod itself is a Star Stellar Light. There's a specs on it, 7-foot Stellar Light rod. It's got a Shimano Stratic. I believe this is a 5000 series reel. This is a little bit bigger, but I normally have 3000 series reels on there for a lot of my inshore. I will have either 10 or 15 pound braid strung on these, with anywhere from a 15 pound to 30 pound fluorocarbon leader. The leader and mainline knot is an FG knot. I'm happy to send you guys instructions on how to tie all of these if you would like. And it'll come down to a 2/0 owner Mewtwo light circle hook tied on with what we call the RFA perfection loop. So the great thing about the FG knot on the leader to line is it's super strong. Where is the knot? There it is. And really strong knot, and you can see it's so streamlined that it runs through the guides if you reel it into the guides, without affecting or without tarnishing your cast. But you want to always try and have that knot outside of the guides when you're casting it. But that is the typical rod and reel combo that we will have on the boat. They will not all be the same, but that's essentially it. And there's Seammerman 1 getting ready for you guys for Saturday. So I hope the video helped you have a good expectation for what to expect on Saturday, and get you a little bit prepped so we can have a great time fishing. Can't wait to see you guys out there. May the fish be with you.